3 Hail Marys every day could save you from going to hell. How do I know? Listen to this true story about a young student named Richard who was miraculously spared death and hell through this simple practice of praying the Hail Mary. Howdy, and welcome to America Needs Fatima. My name is 𝗷𝗲𝘂𝗀𝗃𝗲, and before we get going, make sure to hit subscribe and click the notification bell so that way you never miss out on another story of Mary. Oh, and also make sure that you comment down below and share your thoughts on today's topic, because it really matters what you think. St. Alphonsus Liguori wrote a true story in his book, Glories of Mary, that sends chill up my spine every time I hear it. It's an instance of the great mercy of Our Lady towards souls that are faithful to her. So here's the story. In 1604, in a city of Belgium, 2 young students gave themselves up to a life of debauchery instead of following their studies. One night, they were at the house of an evil woman, but one of the 2, named Richard, stayed only a short time and then returned home. He had a practice every day of saying a few Hail Marys while getting ready for bed. Remember that he had not yet said the prayers. As we all feel at times, Richard was very tired that night and inclined to omit his prayers. Still, he forced himself through routine, saying the words, half asleep and with no particular devotion. Then he lay down and fell asleep. Suddenly, he was awakened by a violent knocking at the door. The door was closed, but a figure of a young man who was hideously deformed passed through it and stood before him. "Who are you?" Richard cried. "You don't know me?" the other asked. "Ah, yes, now I do," said Richard. "But you have changed and now have the appearance of a devil." "Yes, unhappy creature that I am," said this companion. "I am damned. When I was leaving the house of sin, a devil came and strangled me. My body lies in the street. My soul is in hell. And know this, the same fate awaited you, except that the Blessed Virgin spared you for that little act of homage of those Hail Marys. If you are not a fool, profit by this warning, which the Mother of God has sent." Then he opened his mantle, showing Richard the flames and serpents by which he was tormented. And then he disappeared. Now, I'm going to pause for just a second because something just occurred to me. You're watching this video because you love hearing miraculous stories about Our Lady's love. But what about when you're away from your phone and computer or whatever screen you're watching this on? What about when you want to get away from the internet, but you still want to learn about our Lord and Our Lady? Well, let me introduce you to 𝗚𝗲𝘁 magazine. 𝗚𝗲𝘁 magazine is a beautiful, fully color, fully Catholic magazine filled with stories about the saints, cutting edge and current Catholic news, prayer suggestions, and so much more. We at America Needs Fatima designed 𝗚𝗲𝘁 magazine to be a way that you to be inspired, informed, and spiritually fulfilled, especially when you want to get away from your electronics. When you sign up to become one of our Child of Mary members, you automatically receive a 𝗚𝗲𝘁 magazine subscription as one of your gifts. So if you want pages and pages of Catholic content at your fingertips, well, click the link in the description down below to become a Child of Mary and have 𝗚𝗲𝘁 magazine delivered straight to your door. Okay, back to our story. Remember, Richard was just shown the terrible flames and serpents that had tormented the young man that had appeared at his door. Now, Richard immediately broke into a flood of sobs and tears. He went down to his knees to give thanks to Our Lady, his protectress. Then as he pondered how to change his life, he heard the bell of the Franciscan monastery ringing for matins. He says, "It is there that God calls me to do penance." He went immediately to the monastery, and he begged the fathers to admit him. They were unwilling to do so since they knew of his wicked life, but he sobbed bitterly and he told them the whole story. And when 2 fathers had been sent to the street and found the strangled body, which was charred and blackened. They admitted him. From that time forward, Richard led an exemplary life and eventually went to preach the gospel in India and also Japan. There he had the happiness of giving his life for Jesus Christ. He was burnt alive for the faith at Nagasaki on September 10th, 1622. This story leaves me in wonder every time I hear it. You and I can give Our Lady so little, only 3 Hail Marys, and receive so much from her in return. This devotion to the 3 Hail Marys is foundational. But when Our Lady appeared at Fatima in 1917, she asked for more from us. Every time she appeared, she asked for the daily rosary. That is what she said would convert sinners and save them from hell. That is what she said will bring peace to the family and to the world. It's something everyone can do, rich or poor, young or old. Now, what can a rosary do if 3 Hail Marys can save a student? Let's take up the practice of both. These prayers will sustain us in this life until Our Lady holds us in the next. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.
Every new Child of Mary member gets a subscription to Crusade magazine as one of their gifts when they join. Become a Child of Mary today by clicking right here on your screen. As soon as you join, we will start sending this beautiful and spiritual Catholic magazine straight to your front door. Thank you, and may God bless you.